Hey Vsauce, Bakublitz here, and today I have another Bakutech Bakugan review. But before I get into it, I want to give a shout out to the detective on YouTube. He didn't trade me or sell me this Bakugan, but he was super helpful in helping me find it. So yeah, I'll link his channel in the description. I won't help him very much because our subscriber difference is absurd, but hey, whatever. He's a cool guy. You should check him out. Anyhow, let's get on to the actual review. So, starting off, we have Made Lastboss today, and Made Lastboss is one of the Gachi Bakugan that's 36 millimeters. So he's the same size as the Battle Planet Bakugan, which is, I guess cool. Yeah. Closed, we can see, his, color scheme. He's Pyrus, and, he's mostly black with, red and gold, which is a really cool color scheme. I love how this thing looks. He's got some great detailing on this gold ring going around him, and, some other places like his feet, but yeah. Metal parts, of course, his feet and his tail are both have metal chunks on them. So yeah, we'll get back to this tail because that actually has to do with his gimmick, but yeah. So let's snap him open, I guess. So here he is. He has 3 manual parts. He has his horns, which are just one part, and then his feet, which have little grooves that you can get your fingernails into. Except I don't have fingernails, so yeah, whatever. Okay, so here he is. He's supposed to be a sort of turtle dragon thing, and I guess if I was picturing a turtle dragon thing, this is exactly what I would picture. So A+. And now that he's open, you can see a bit more of his details. Green gem right there, and he's 710 Gs. Obviously, he's got these little wings, and I really like this. When he opens, this gold ring snaps open, and it reveals this sort of demon head thing. The back, it's got these little bits. So yeah, he's not the most, well, he's pretty well detailed. But there's some others that beat him. This horn's really nice. Definitely like that. So yeah. So what's special about this Bakugan is he has more modes than any other Bakugan that exists. So I mean, yeah, he has 8 modes, so he's like twice as much as Jigen. But he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 background. So yeah, really cool. It doesn't really do much when he's open, but what it does do is a lot when he's closed. So I'm gonna close him like this, and actually before I do that, I wanted to comment on this little paint scratching on his chin. That's from when he's closed. When you close him, this finger can scratch on the chin and rub off the paint. So when I close him, I'll show you how to circumvent that. Mine's already taking the hit because I didn't know that, but I mean, hey, I can help you avoid this problem. So, yeah. So, to close it, start by closing the manual parts, of course. Close the wings and tail, and snap this gold part together. Then, close the hands, but not all the way. And close in these little red wings, again, not all the way. And close the head, not all the way, with the horn. And then just snap everything together at once. And that way, it'll help you prevent the paint on the head from scratching off. Yeah, that's a pretty bad design flaw, but I mean, this thing is from like 2011. What am I gonna do about it now? Yeah. So yeah, onto his gimmick. So when you change his modes, this metal piece changes position on the back. So in the mode it's in now, all the metal's at the bottom. So it'll be pretty decent for curve shots if I can get it in these like 4 inches of space I have. No, that was bad. No, okay. One more try. Sort of. Okay. But yeah. And then let's change it to, let's say like that. So the metal's at the top. I'm gonna close them off camera so I can do it real quickly. All right. So this way, the metal at the feet and here, it's more evenly distributed, so it'll roll straight much more smoothly, and I just missed that horribly. There we go. That opened off camera, but who cares? So yeah, and then when you turn it to the side, that's when things get really interesting, because I can't really explain why or how this works, but it's really weird. So with the metal on one side, I'd expect it to curve like that, because it's heavier to one side, but it doesn't do that. It's really weird. It curves the other way, and I've watched it roll in slow motion. So kind of how it works is when it slows down enough, it'll roll straight, and when it slows down enough, it'll be like this, and then it turns on the metal and goes like that, and then it ends up turning like that. It's really weird. I'll see if I can get it to work if I roll it like this. That way I have enough space. Put the gate card like there. No. I know, I'm looking really bad here. Okay, that kind of curved, but, yeah. It's not the flattest surface either, so. There we go. So, yeah. So, I don't understand why it would do that instead of just curving to the way where it has the most weight, but, yeah, I'm not I'm not a scientist. I'll just let, I don't know, physics, you deal with this. It made Lastboss, breaking the laws of physics over here. Whatever. So yeah, so it's really weird. If you put the metal on this side, it's gonna curve to this side, and vice versa, and then you can make it move in even weirder ways if you close it diagonally. But overall, it'll still just end up curving to this side, just in like a weirder way. So yeah, cool. It's definitely a really fun gimmick to play with. I love experimenting with made Lastboss. So yeah. So yeah, made Lastboss has probably my favorite gimmick out of any Bakutech Bakugan. I don't know. Jigen comes close because the 4 modes are interesting. If you turn it sideways, it curves. But I just really think it's cool how weird it moves when it's closed. So yeah. If you're gonna actually play with your Bakugan, I guess, not just have them on display, this is probably one of the best ones to get because it's so fun. So fun to play with. But yeah, for competitive value in Bakutech, he is actually quite good. He weighs as much as, like, exactly the same as Gogaryu, which is the heaviest bind system Bakugan. And so yeah, there's a start. He also has his gimmick is also pretty useful. I didn't even mention that. I just said it was cool. But yeah, it actually is pretty useful in battle. Getting your Bakugan to curve, like, after rolling straight for a couple seconds is really interesting movement, I guess, and can be pretty helpful. What else is there to say? Oh yeah. So for competitive value, I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. It's an attack type, but there are a couple of attack types that are better. Gogaryu has like the best attack out of any Bakugan, I'd say, and it still gets beat by Jigen and Boss. So yeah, it's not the best attack type, but it's still a pretty good one. And so yeah, I'll give it for competitive value an 8 out of 10. Not the best, but definitely still up there. It has a B. What else? For collector's value, he's used by the main antagonist, which will automatically give it some collector's value, but it was only in the last episode of Bakutech, which is an online exclusive. This was the last Bakutech Bakugan released before Armors, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. So yeah, for collector's value, it's still pretty good, but you're gonna collector's gonna focus more on maybe some more seen Bakugan, like maybe Sanzu Holoboss. That's a great example, since that was the main, also used by the main antagonist, but in multiple episodes. So yeah, but I'll give him I'll be generous and give him a 7 out of 10 in that category, because yeah, he's still quite collectible. And for my own personal take on this Bakugan, I love this thing. I give it a 10 out of 10. I love using it. I love the way it looks, like with this black and red. It's just I love it. Sorry, the phone rang and I had to pick that up. I'm back now. So yeah, my personal opinion, this thing is a 10 out of 10. I love the way it looks. I can look past the scratching that it's taken on both sides. It's worse on this side. Even though that is a design flaw, and I can't really fix that without messing with the appearance of the Bakugan, which I don't want to do either. So, yeah, I can look past that just because it's such a cool Bakugan. It looks cool. Uh, the gimmick's cool. Yeah, I really love this thing. Um, it's been a struggle to get this. I've attempted like buying it 5 times before this. I think 6 times. Yeah, I tried buying this 6 times before I actually was able to get one. So I finally got it, and it may just be the hype that I finally have it, but I still really like this thing. Um, so yeah, if you can find it for a reasonable price, I'd say it's the cheapest you're gonna find. This is probably gonna be around 50. I'd say maybe less, but that's close to an average price. I ended up paying 60, which is on the high end, but I was just so done with searching for this thing. Is but yeah, you can find it for cheaper if you try hard enough. But yeah, I can't I can't really say that it isn't worth $50 because these Bakutech Bakugan, they can get expensive, and $50 that's pretty expensive, but I mean compared to some of this other crap I have, it's still on the low end, which is ridiculous. But anyhow, I really like this thing. I think if you can get it, you'll probably like it too. So yeah, I recommend it, and there's not much else to say besides that I recommend it. So yeah, that's from my review of Lastboss. I'm so happy I have this. I love it so much. But yeah, that's it for my review, and I'll hopefully see you in my next horrible video.